17 minutes after 7, a look at traffic. Westbound 80 slowing up at Reed Avenue, crash at Enterprise. And westbound 50 slow between Watt Avenue and Stockton Boulevard. Traffic brought to you by ZeroResSacramento.com. Now, here's Dan. What's up, Dan?
John, good morning. I'm a little groggy from yesterday.
Groggy?
Because of I went to the A's game last night. Pretty good crowd, and they won in dramatic fashion. A guy named Jacob Wilson, who I know no one has heard of. He had a single to bring in the game-winning run, and the crowd went crazy. And so I'll be there I won't be there tonight, but I'll be there for the last game. You and I talked off air about there might be a possibility of a riot or some activity there. I wouldn't be a bit surprised given the unruly crowd that I saw last night. Unruly crowd. Yeah,
A's fans are passionate. And then you add a few beers to it, and you might have trouble.
I would say more than a few beers. Let's just put it that way. They were not shy about throwing down the suds last night. And I'm expecting more of the same tomorrow. But it is a shame that you think who to blame, and we've talked about this before, and I don't want to bore the audience too much about it, but I don't think it's the current mayor. She's too much of an idiot. Libby Schaaf may have had a hand in it. She wanted to have that stadium downtown, which I had called her up on another station and said, that's not a good idea. Just leave everything alone. Just restore the Coliseum as is. Anyway, it's all falling apart. And Oakland, I don't know what Oakland's going to look like with literally nothing to go there for. It already has a hole.
Everything is going away.
Yeah, again, that's my hometown. I don't recognize it. I don't recognize it at all. So it's another. I can't totally blame Democrats totally for this. Major League Baseball has a huge hand in this, and this is one of the rare times I would have said, you know what, when they took over the commissioner's office, I would have said, you know what, government, you need to step in. That's one of the rare times I would actually say that, but they let it go, probably because there was money involved, and now it seems like the A's are suffering for it. So anyway,
it's really sad. I've been going there for decades, and I used to go to Oakland all the time, and I haven't been there in at least 10 or 15 years, and I just flat out won't go there now, no matter what.
Well, after tomorrow, there's no reason to go. And it's kind of the same with San Francisco. I only go to San Francisco if there's a Giants game, or if I'm working like I'm working today. But other than that, there's no reason to take your life in your hands into San Francisco, which is completely the fault of Democrats. But you never hear about it from the media.
And one of the Democrats is Kamala Harris.
Yes, and the more I think about it, as we switch gears to Kamala Harris, I keep hearing stories of prominent Democrats, lifelong Democrats, who don't want to vote for her because these are actually thinking Democrats. And yes, there are a few.
There are some left. That is good news, Dan.
You can tell because they want to know what her policies are because they're still waiting to see what she has to say. And the media is going far more than they did with Joe Biden. Joe Biden, in particular, with his basement campaign, because they knew he was incompetent, they knew he was losing, and so forth. But they didn't have to worry so much about his knowledge of politics. And some of that was still intact maybe 4 years ago. Of course, it's gotten worse. And with Kamala Harris, there is no knowledge of politics. She doesn't understand anything about anything. This is why even mainstream media commentators don't want to interview her. I forget who the latest one I heard last night that she said, no, we're not going for perfection. We just want a decent candidate. There's none of that with Kamala, and I bring this up because with this this lack of information she has in her head, and it's completely devoid of almost any information that's relevant here. You're going to see a lot of Democrats stay home. I don't think they're going to cross so much the aisle to vote for Trump. I think she has a huge problem with apathy. Now, Democrats didn't have this with Joe Biden in 2020. They kind of didn't with
Hillary
Clinton in 16, and they certainly did not have that with Barack Obama. There was huge enthusiasm, and Obama had a huge advantage that he had two lousy candidates. you had John McCain
And Romney.
and Romney, two snoozing candidates. I bet you Republicans stayed home because of that. But Kamala is this. Yeah, this is a different story here. Kamala's got a huge problem. I don't think she has the time to overcome this. The only thing that they could possibly do is cheat with these mail-in ballots. Again, I can't prove it.
Well, they will do
that's
that.
What has happened?
We just don't know if it'll be enough to get them over the top again.
Again, I'm still in the camp that the Kamala Harris is going to lose.
Well, Dan, you know what? Your call was not depressing today. Thank you.
This is a rare moment. Mark this day down.
I am marking this day down. It's a watershed moment. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, bud. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, man. 722, sunny and 86 today.
Touch it because they know that politically it's advantageous for him.